Yay! You got that first author interview. Make sure to put your best author face forward. Hi, fabulous writers. I'm Autumn Bardot. Here you will find author tips, writing tools, and maybe even a little bit of inspiration. If you haven't already, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button and give that little bell notify button a little click. Thanks. So, you finally scored that author interview for a Zoom meeting or a Facebook Live featuring you and your book, or even as a writer. Happy dance! Also, eek! You're a writer. You're an author. You're not a professional speaker or a YouTuber, unless you are. I have 16 tips to up your professional author FaceTime author time game. Ready? Here we go. Number 1, proper lighting is key. I have a ring light behind me, and I have this contraption as well. I think there's a lot of different ones, and it kind of just goes on the back of your computer, and you just turn it on, and you can see how bright it is. Lamps are yellow, and didn't really do all that much for me, except light this side of my face. Don't sit in the dark. Where's the author? I can barely see her face. Added bonus with the lighting, it smooths out the wrinkles. That is if you have any. If you don't have a ring light or this little funky light that clips on to the back of your computer, then just sit in front of a window during the day. I'm doing that right now. So I have the window and the ring light on. 2, don't let the sun go down on your lighting. So let's say you're using the window thing. I did this for a Facebook Live that I was in. It started like at 4 and it went till 6 and it kept getting darker and darker. And I'm like, oh no. So I'm like, just a minute. And I put the ring light on, turned all the lights on. The lighting grew gradually darker. I was horrified and I quickly went and did that. So that was a boo-boo on my part. So if you have a Facebook Live and you're using the window and it's that time of day, just flip on all those lights so you don't have to get up like I did and turn on the lights and put your ring light on. This is my setup. It's in my spare bedroom. Not super amazing, but it works for me and for the 2 different lives that I have. So you can see I have it up on one of these little risers. It goes up pretty high, but my table isn't real sturdy. I have the ring light right here. I also have something that clamps onto here that didn't really work for what I wanted to do. So I just kind of do this and I put my script that I'm doing for my YouTube for a Facebook Live or something, then I will actually just put my script down there and take a look at it. And you can also see I am in front of a window. Be mindful of your background. Please, not the bathroom. A lot of people do videos and Facebook Live and interviews in their kitchen. Be mindful of what's in the background. Is the dishwasher open? Is there laundry stacked somewhere? Pots and pans everywhere? A distracting background is distracting. And it also tells everybody that you don't pay a whole lot of attention to detail or that you just don't care, which probably isn't the impression you want to leave, especially if you're a writer. Be mindful of black backgrounds. I have a black background. I also have a white one. It's for some of my photos, so it's just like a big cotton backdrop. What do I look like? You don't want to look like a floating head, unless you do. Especially as you can see because I was wearing a black top. Be careful of that black background. Also be mindful of people walking behind you, like kids and family members, naked kids or family members. You want to be careful about that. Check your camera angle. Are viewers looking up your nose? Do I need a booger check? If you have to, use some boxes, something to lift the angle up and then slightly tilt it down so you come down a little bit. Gets rid of the double chin here. Do you really want to add another chin? Do some checks first that it's not lowered and that you're at the right angle. What I also see is a lot of this. Hi everybody, how you doing? See, you only see half of me, and then you see a lot of my ceiling. Not a great look. Check how far away you want to be from the camera. I am not doing any makeup tutorial, so I don't need to be this close. Nor do I want to be this far away. Have physical copies of your book handy right next to you. So if they're discussing your books, you can just pick them up, bam, and show them. If you don't have physical copies, make a full color printout of the cover. That works just as well. Have teasers about your book handy as well. Sometimes I will get on Facebook Lives or interviews and they will ask me a question, something like, well, tell me about Dragon Lady. And I say, So I just have something super handy. I actually have a clip right up there that I clip everything to. And I can just look over and it's handy and I can, oh yeah, that's what I like to say about my book. Look at it. If I need to read it, that's fine too. Have your talking points handy. When I do extended Facebook Lives, I like to have a whole lot of bullet points that I refer to, so I just don't go off topic. Now, some of you know I am a teacher and I have lecture notes too. I can talk on, but I look at my lecture notes to keep me on track and make sure I cover everything I want to cover. Shuffling papers near your mic is loud. Don't do it. I like to keep my scripts or my bullet points handy or right by me so they don't make any noise. Have your computer on a steady surface. Now, I'm in my spare bedroom. It's my studio, and it's like a little bit of a cheap desk. It's not like the one that I have in my office. I am mindful of doing that. When is it going to stop? Don't tell viewers that you're nervous. All that does is make your viewers nervous for you. So instead of paying attention to what you're saying or your personality or anything that you want them to pay attention to, they're wondering if you're nervous. Don't do it. A lot of people are nervous when they go on Facebook Live or do an interview. You don't need to tell people. Just go ahead and go do it. Humor wins the day when you make a mistake. We've all had things happen. The phone rings, the dog barks, you can't find something. Humor always wins the day, and people understand. It's live or it's Zoom. What are you gonna do? Just laugh about it and move along. Do you have to read an excerpt? As a teacher, I do a lot of reading of passages, not mine, to my students. What I found is that if you read the book slowly with lots of emphasis and passion and feeling and look up once in a while, make some faces, my students enjoy it a whole lot more. I try to do that when the interviewer wants me to read an excerpt from one of my books. Practice either on your phone or on the computer. Just practice that. And another tip, end at a really dramatic scene where they'll want to know what happened next. If it's the middle of the sentence, so be it. No F-bomb, no swearing. It just doesn't play well and it's not super professional. Smile. Full disclosure. I actually have a resting bee face. I'm not angry. I'm not sad. That's just the way my mouth goes when I'm fully relaxed. It doesn't scream, hey, happy to see you. What I've done in my professional life and for my author professional life is to smile more, raise my eyebrows, open my eyes, and never let my face go into that resting bee face. Don't bounce around too much in front of the camera. It's a little distracting. But you also don't want to not move at all. A head that doesn't move too much can be a bit off-putting. Use your hands. Pretend you're Italian. I know that was a really bad accent. The 17th tip, yeah, there were 17 already, are a few makeup tricks that I learned just from my Zoom calls and my Facebook Lives and even making the YouTubes. My hair only falls in my face when I'm on camera. This is how it would end up if I didn't stop the video and do this. So I tend to hairspray it. But for me, that just means the whole hairspray clunk that I hairsprayed, whole thing goes, huh? Anyway, hairspray is your friend, ladies. I love to wear a ponytail. I love it. It's just super comfy and the hair is off your neck. But for some ladies, a higher hairline, sometimes I will look at somebody with the pulled back ponytail and I'm thinking, are they bald? So always do the check and take a look and see how that looks. Okay. A lot of times I'll come in, I'll think my hair looks like really great. I've got really great hair today. And then I look into the camera and there's just like this one piece doing this weird thing. I wear different colors when I'm on camera. The colors that I wear out and about, even though you don't see them with the mask on, are much paler, lighter, more subtle than the lipstick that I actually wear for videos. Because if I don't, my lips disappear. I also wear more makeup because the lighting tends to fade some things out. Still not a lot because I don't wear all that much. And if you don't wear any makeup, that's okay too. That's it, 17 tips. Now go out there and rock that Zoom meeting and rock that Facebook Live or rock that video. I hope you join me next week when I'm going to discuss a meeting of the author-writer minds that I had with my friend who lives up the street. I've got some really cool tips for marketing and some things like that. So I hope you'll join me next week for that. And remember, writers, to dream, create, and embrace. Bye-bye.